has dried and we are on to step number 5, which is assemble the body. Now we're going to take these two sides and we're going to run them down the edge of a table to soften them up. You just want to soften them up so they're easily bendable, okay? It's not hard to do and it doesn't take much pressure. You just soften them up so that they will bend properly. All right, do it again. All right, so on each one it says head end of side, tail end of side. Up here it says head end of side. So you match the head end to head end. And what we're going to do is dry fit it here into these tabs before gluing. And we're going to just work our way in with it. So we're not gluing anything yet. And we're just guiding it around, and it starts going in together a little easier as we go. And there's a big old area that didn't get bent there. Try to manually bend it. And we are looking like, once you get it in, it's then in. And you just kind of press down on it to make sure it goes all the way in. Looking pretty good to me here. So that one worked good. Then we'll take it out and glue it for real. But first, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And give it a trial run as well. And we're just going to start bending it. So we'll dry fit this side, and then that we check here again, because see what I was going to do here? Tail end of side. Nope, Mandy, that's not the tail, that's the head. So looky there. Thank you, you saved me. It's going to fit better the way they've got it. So I'm going to just go through, make sure this thing is real bendy. Real quick. Well, this side is really wanting to go in. It just wants to go in, which I like. It's just lining up perfectly. That other side didn't line up quite as well, but this one just went right in. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take it out and we're going to glue her. And it says, remove the sides, apply a bead of glue in the channels of the side guides. All right. Now we reapply. Now we reinstall our pieces. I find that the wiggle helps here. The wiggle really is helping me, and the fact that I loosen up the cardboard a little more really helps a lot too. It's like that other one where it just wants to go in. Okay, we're all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. We're all the way down, all the way around. So, good deal. We'll hold that down a bit. All right, so now we're going to remove this side piece and apply the glue to this channel. Make sure you got the right configuration. Then you can start sending her home. Oh, let's not do that. There we go. Again, it's kind of just wanting to go there. And you got to move it a little bit, wiggle it a little bit. You may have to wiggle it a little bit. But you'll feel when it goes all the way down. And yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. I'm just pressing down, ensuring that it's all the way down. And it is. All right, now we got to do our bracing, which we did earlier, and they are dry. Your large brace and your small brace. So the small brace is going to be for the head end, and the large brace is going to be for the tail end. So we're going to have to put glue on. Okay, we have to put glue on the bottom, okay, and glue on each side where it's going to go. So we're going to dry fit it again. And let's see. I'm going to make sure that it goes. You want to go where it's tight. So you just kind of go along this wall here until it's going to be good. So that's about where we're going to brace the front, the back. I'm probably going to go back here a little more. Let's see. Got it right here. So I think we're about right there with what we're going to do. So you always want to, before you glue, you always want to dry fit everything to make sure it's going to work out. Now would be a good time to let somebody write on it if you wanted to. You could take the top and look at it and see where the holes are. I pretty much write the same thing in all of mine. Except for the first one I built. That one was dedicated to my daughter, so I wrote about her in there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue up each one of these braces now. So we will put glue down here on either side. And then we will put glue down here on either side. Here on either side. And then we'll try to remember where we had it, which I don't. So somewhere over here. And then we're just going to sort of press it into place. Nice. That's nice. We're going to press all of our pieces down into it. So that it'll make that bond there with that glue. Nice. And that top will fit on there perfectly. Okay, so there's one down. You could be technical and like take a pen or something and write it there, but we're doing all right, I think. Don't fail me now, glue. We're almost home. Okay. And now we'll get this bad boy in here where he goes. And boy, that one knew right where it wanted to be. And we're just pressing down everywhere, and that'll open up nicely there. All right, so now we're going to glue on the top, and I got some white Elmer's school glue that I raided from my daughter because I'm out of glue. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to dry fit it just like I did before, just to make sure. So I think the best way to do this is going to be to kind of line it up on end here and visually guide the channels in. You can see where the slots are. Okay, you hear that little noise? That's it going into its slots. And as I'm going down, I'm just pressing it, guiding it a little bit into its holes. And I think it's just going to be a process of working it in all the way down here. There we go. See, you'll hear those pops and cracks, and it's okay. All right, so that's gonna nicely, just takes a little bit of wiggling. You know, I like to wiggle stuff. It works. So we just wiggle some stuff around and then get it seated all the way around. And as we go along, it seems to go in a little farther. So I'm going to leave that sit for a minute. And you can actually see. Let me see if I can get this on film here. You can actually see right here. Now that's the hole on top that we can see, but you can see where it has seated itself. If it was loose, like let's say it wasn't quite in, see how I cannot see that it's touching there? And now, I hope you're able to see that. You can see that it's fully seated. All right, so we're going to be ready to glue this. Yeehaw! And I actually kind of think this will be easier not having the fretboard installed. So you can do it like I'm doing it, or you can do it as the instructions say to go ahead and glue the fretboard on. I do think it might be a little bit easier to work with without having that fretboard on. So, okay, I'm going to take this off, and we're going to do our last little bit of gluing here for the top. And then all we've got left to glue is our end caps. Awesomeness. Okay. So, I'm going to do this a little bit differently, I think. Let's see. Now, apply my glue to my braces, my internal braces first, the feet of them. Then I'm going to apply it, I'm going to go ahead and apply it to this channel, because I think that worked really well last time. All right, we've got our glue. All right, now let's see if we can get it back in to all of its wonderful little slots here. And we're going to start right here at the top. And you can hear it popping in as we go down. Just popping into its slots there. Since I put it there on the little test fit, I think it went in better. All right, now let's see. I'm going to just firmly press down everywhere. And I'm making sure that it is seated. And I can see that. And I'm going to show you that in a moment here. Making sure, okay, one little spot needs to go in. And there it went. So you're just checking around it, and you can press on those sides a little bit to get them to move, and that wiggling really helps. But all right, I'm going to show you how it is seated fully. I hope you can see that. You can definitely see some glue that will dry clear. But we're seated at the top. Now see, there's a little bump there. Look at that. All I did was press in on that side a little bit, and it just popped right in. And look, I think there's a little bump right here too. And I pressed in, and it's just popping right into place there. So, you know, you've got a little bit of give with cardboard, so you can work with it. And your glue doesn't dry instantly. I don't see any more little bumps. Let's check this side. I think we're pretty good here. And this really is a firm finished thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at my end caps here, because that's the next step. But let's let this dry, and then we'll move on to step 6.